you're doing more of the Jay Leno Garage videos. I mean, you're doing artists. I talked to James the other day, the artist calls.
Yeah, we like to. We did Lowriders the other day.
Yeah.
These guys are real artists and they're real mechanics and they really know paint
Real
and body work.
craftsmen,
Now
yes.
you say to yourself, okay, it is not my thing, the small wheels and whatnot. But when you look at the detail work and how they've strung these hydraulic lines, and it's really very, very well done. I mean, it's really...
I was glad you did it personally. I remember when Barry, when you did it.
Hey, I'd say lowriders have as much, if not more, passion than anybody else.
Yeah.
They love these cars, and they become like family, and they'll work on them for
That's right.
generations.
It's like guys, I know guys that like rock and roll, they don't like rap. Okay, but it's still music.
That's right.
And you have to look at it as an
You got to
art
pay
form.
homage
exactly
to
the
all
same
different
thing.
forms.
Yeah, I mean, it was real. And and they were great guys, just like regular car
kids-
guys. Their wives are crying that they're not getting a new kitchen instead.
Kids grow up working on the car. They get married. Their kids work on the same car.
Yeah.
You have 3 generations that are loving this car to death. It's part of the family.
Speaking of that, I've come up with a great way for car guys to help explain car purchases. For example, if you would put a new kitchen in 1983, let's say you spend $15,000, that kitchen would be worth what now? $800 in the old refrigerator?
Right.
Had you bought an air-cooled 911 in '83 for $2,500, it would now be $60,000 or $70,000.
Right.
So this is a way for car guys to sit down and explain to the spouse, honey, rather than put in a new kitchen or a bathroom, let's get an old car.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Plan for our retirement.
I'm
you
not
know?
saying this is going to work,
Absolutely.
but it helps.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So, Steve Saleen, have you heard what he did?
No, what's he done?
Oh my goodness.
He is now going to make a Saleen Tesla.
He's
Oh,
made
I
it.
did hear that.
It's out in front.
Right.
It's here.
Right.
I'd be curious to see what the difference.
You
I
know
mean, is
what?
it primarily a cosmetic package?
Barry,
No.
you seen it? Tell us
No,
about it.
he's gone through it. It's the same fuel, same distance, as
Right.
you can travel the 240 miles, much faster. The thing that I like most about it, he's changed the gearing and the tubes, and I can't explain all the intricacies of it, but it makes noise. And
Oh,
when
he
you
gave
go
it
through the
noise.
gears, it sounds like an F1 racer. But he said this is not an imitation sound. It's not a soundtrack. This is the workings of the engine that actually give it sound. And I thought, that's been the big drawback to me. You don't have the visceral experience.
God bless
of
Saleen.
speed,
He has tried so hard and done some good
But you know,
stuff.
it's interesting when you look at it that way, because I like a noisy car or an extremely quiet car. The stuff in the middle I find boring.
Yeah.
Like with this P1 Mclaren. You go along and it makes all kinds of great. You get a phone call, you hit electric, and it's dead silence.
Yeah, the
you
noise
can make your phone call,
canceling.
talk
Yeah.
on the phone,
Yeah.
press a button, and you're back off again.
So here we are, obviously celebrating some beautiful machines and all this classic stuff. Yet the world is changing so much with all the technology and everything. You're embracing all this technology, like you just said. I mean, you like it, right?
It's progress.
Well, normally-
I mean, four-wheel brakes, who needs that? I mean, you can go all the way back to anything that makes it more efficient, run better. I don't get why you wouldn't be for it.
What about a LaFerrari?
They're very nice. To me, there's a lot of politics trying to get a Ferrari. With McLaren, you walk in, and here's the price, thank you very much, and you get you treated as. I mean, I like Ferraris. I don't want to have to buy 6 Mondials first before I can qualify. I prefer companies who value me as a customer. When I bought my Porsche Carrera GT, I got a hat, I got a pen and pencil set. A couple weeks later, a book came. Yeah. Then they called me, would you like to drive one for a week or two before you get here? Oh, well, thank you. I mean, it was nice being treated as a customer. Right. And, the nice thing is with all these new car companies coming out with supercars, it's getting harder and harder to mistreat customers because they don't come back now. They go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Talk about the American car companies for a minute. Do you like what you're seeing?
Yeah, I think Ford has had its most successful year ever.
Yeah.
I think Chevrolet has had its biggest year ever.
Cadillac's got some rockin' product out there.
Cadillac has been the biggest product shift. When I still laugh when I hear young people say they want a Cadillac, because to me it used to be an old man's car.
Right.
To me, I've got the CTS-V with a 6-speed manual gearbox in a Cadillac. Last time they had that was 48.
I was drifting in a Cadillac, and I thought to myself, I'm drifting in a Cadillac CTS-V.
I mean, it's nice to see that companies can turn it around. BMW is the biggest. They used to make kind of boring old guy motorcycles.
Right.
And then they switched to a chain drive, and the new BMW 1000cc has 204 horsepower.
And it weighs what, 700
And I believe it has Brembo brakes, doesn't it?
Of course.
Yeah, of course it
That's another great thing that I see. I see manufacturers doing boutique stuff. In the old days, somebody would copy a Brembo and do a poor imitation and make it original equipment. Now they go, why don't they just go to the best, and we'll put that original equipment on our car. So you got, like Pagani does that. Oh, you got the AMG engine, that's about the best V12 there is. Yeah. You get the Brembo brakes, those are the best brakes there are. And you put your own little thing into it. But this sort of boutique manufacturing where you take the best of each company, that's what they do. They do brakes. So why try and make your own?
We're getting back to our roots in that way, that when you wanted something done right, kind of did it yourself. There was a person making those decisions, instead of so much by committee, and then we had the Aztec came out of that. Pontiac Aztec, right? Yeah. Supposedly the perfect machine. Unreal. So are you having a good time out here?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. It is great fun to come. You make friends and you see the same people every year.
Have you bought anything lately?
I just bought a Cunningham C3 Vignale coupe that have been parked since '68. It's just been sitting since '68.
Where do you find these things?
You know, they're out there. There's a lot of stuff like that out there.
Yeah. Documentation's important to you.
Yeah, it's like when you buy a dog and they tell you the mother's lassie and the father's Rin Tin Tin.
Right.
Unless you can prove it.
Right.
Yeah. But how many cars? Oh, this was owned by. That's my favorite thing in auctions. You read the catalog. Many people believe a car similar to this is like the one that won that, and you go, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Motorcycles. Any interesting ones lately?
Besides I just bought a little 48cc one down the road there, the one that's on display here.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's like a DKW Auto Union kind of thing, a little futuristic 1961. It's very cool. You'll see.
Oh, that's cool. For those of you who have not seen inside of Jay's garage, he's got a giant steam engine that you put a lot of energy into.
Well, there's two of them, yeah.
Is there two of them now? Last time you had just finished putting this huge one.
That one's 18. That was built when Lincoln was president.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Unbelievable.
And then there's one from 1832, which I think is the oldest operating steam engine in America, operating on steam.
Wow.
Yeah.
And any interesting Jay's Garage projects coming down the road that you can talk about?
Let's see, what are we working on? We're going to restore that Cunningham. We're working on the my Lamborghini Espada I bought back in '86. We tore it all apart and did a ground-up restoration. So that'll be coming up soon. Nice. So there's a lot of half-finished projects.
Your favorite thing to do? Mechanicking, bodyworking, all of the above?
I enjoy breaking down on the road and somehow getting it home.
Huh. Yeah, I don't MacGyvering.
It's not that I enjoy breaking down on the road, but it's the idea that when you have an old car, I mean, that's kind of the fun part, the baling wire,
duct tape.
Yeah, and you get stuff home. Modern cars, of course, are really reliable, but when they break, the only thing in your toolbox is the cell phone. So that's you really can't fix a modern car. I mean, the good part is they don't break. The bad part is when they do, there's nothing you can do.
Jay Leno, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
Awesome. Anything else, guys?
No, I remember the statement you made long ago. For car guys, it's not a matter how fast we get there. It's a matter whether or not we get there at all.
Yeah, and it's also, it's not where you're going, it's how you get there.
It's how you get there.
Yeah, I leave my garage, I go in a big circle, I go home and people go, where do you go? I don't go anywhere. I actually enjoy the driving part.
That's right.
When I get to my destination, I'm extremely disappointed.
Then what do you do?
Am I here?
Exactly.
This sucks.
Exactly.
So you like to drive. This show is called The Drive, and that's why we decided
that's what we like to do.
That was a setup for you.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you, Jay.
All right.
Jay Leno, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you very much.
Yep.
Thank you.